I'm Susan Koenig, and this is Somatics for You. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate some sideline movements for rotation. Rotation of the lower trunk or pelvis, rotation of the upper trunk, as well as combinations leading to the walking rotation where the upper and lower trunk are going in opposite directions. I want to thank my friend and colleague and Certified Hanna Somatic Educator Ken Bridgeman for reminding me of these wonderful movements. He used many of these movements in his hip replacement rehabilitation. So I'll start now. I like to use a couple of props. You can use your arm under your head, but it's nice to have a pillow to go under your head so you're nice and comfortable. You want to make sure that your knees are stacked and your feet and ankles are basically under your knees. You don't want your heels back here and over-contract your hamstrings. So it's almost as if you can see your toes, or you can see your toes a little bit. So I'm going to begin. I'm lying on my right side. My left side is up toward the ceiling. I'm going to just get this left arm a little bit out of the way so that you can focus on the movement from my somatic center through my pelvis and my lower left leg. And I'm going to begin by gently sliding my left knee and thigh and my hip forward of the right knee and thigh, which are staying planted on the floor. And then I'm slowly going to come back to my new neutral. So again, I'm voluntarily contracting muscles to rotate my left hemipelvis forward. My left hip, thigh, and knee are coming forward of my right hip, thigh, and knee, and back to center. It's a small movement. Let it be comfortable. In this position, it is not very big. And just do it gently until you can feel the gentle movement of the pelvis. The pelvis is actually turning to the right. The right hemipelvis is coming forward. The left hemipelvis, is coming forward, but my left leg is going straight. And I'm coming back to neutral. Now I'm going to bring my left hemipelvis backward, and my left knee, thigh, and hip and pelvis are moving behind the right. The rotational movement in my pelvis is to the left, and I come back to neutral. And I do that a few times. Again, it's not a big move. I'm voluntarily contracting muscles that bring my left knee, thigh, and hip and pelvis behind me, backward to the left, and then I slowly and with control release back to neutral. And you can organize that so that you do some of the movements going forward, some of the movements going backward, and you can do an alternation. You can go forward, slowly through neutral to backward, slowly through neutral to forward, slowly through neutral to backward, and then eventually back to your new neutral until you're comfortable, until those movements are easy. Now in the upper body, I like to just kind of place my arm out of the way. Now I'm going to rotate my upper body, and my head and neck are going to come along. I'm going to rotate forward. I'm actually going toward the right, toward the floor, and to neutral. And I'm going to repeat, gently coming forward and back to neutral. My pelvis is remaining relatively still. The greater trochanter, if you know that bony landmark, is staying planted on the floor so that I'm really getting the rotation in the upper body. And I can go backward. Now I'm rotating backward to my left in my upper body, and back to my neutral, and rotating left and back to neutral, One more time, rotating backward and to my new neutral. And I can alternate. I can rotate forward, coming through neutral, transitioning to backward, transitioning to forward, moving backward through neutral to backward. And I can do that a number of times until those movements feel easy. Then I can do and practice contralateral walking movement, at least on this side, my left side. If my left knee and thigh are coming forward in my upper body, I'm going backward. And to neutral, through neutral, and now my upper body is rotating forward to the right. My lower body is rotating backward to my left. My left thigh and knee are backward of the right. And I can gently go back and forth until that rotation feels easy, or at least more easy, and that is comfortable. You would do these movements until you felt an ease in them. Remember to go more slowly and to go very small if it is not comfortable. And then you would change sides and you would repeat that on the other side. Now sometimes people have like bony knees, like I have kind of bony knees. And if it's uncomfortable to slide one thigh on top of the other, you can reach for something like a bed pillow, not too plump, because you don't want to get a lot of, you want to just get a little bit of separation. I'm going to turn it around. You can get, so you get a little bit of separation between your two thighs, but you don't want your top thigh to be way up here with a big pillow. That puts you way into abduction and you don't want that. I'm basically in what I would call hip neutral with this pillow as if I were standing. And now when I slide, it's a little easier for me to do the lower body sliding with this pillow. I hope you try these sideline movements. And I would do each part, I would repeat it a number of times, even 5 to 10 times. And when you get up and walk around, perhaps you'll experience what I've experienced and many of my students have experienced, and your walking will just feel like you're gliding along. It's just fabulous. So please do try these movements. Thank you.